This installment is from a recent event we put on for fire victims in Malibu and Pacific Palisades. Specifically, we're going to talk about managing your insurance claim and the things you need to do to get the most out of your policy. If we're going to sell what we have, what does that mean? Understanding what the value of your land is without improvement on it, what the pricing is going to be, and if you get permits, what that impact would have. It means a delay, right? So if we decide we're going to sell our land and not rebuild ourselves, if we get permits, we can still sell it for significantly more than what we could sell it for without permits. So taking a few months, getting it permitted, getting it ready to go can be worth it in many circumstances. But again, getting with the right experts to get the resources is very important. One of the challenges in some cases is that people are going to be underwater, right? So what their insurance is willing to pay versus what they can sell the land for and what their improvements are, they're going to be upside down. That means considering a short sale, right? So a short sale means you're selling the property for less than what you owe your lender. If you're in that position, getting guidance in order to know what you can do, working with your lender, going to be very important. Other options, if you don't have the resources, is find a partner. Find a partner to rebuild and figure out a way to make it an investment. Something to consider if that makes sense. The reality is that most things that burnt down, it's going to be slow and expensive to rebuild, but once they're rebuilt, they're going to be worth more than what the old property was worth. So there is value there for most people, but you have to have the resources to get there. So a partner or a plan to do that can be an option for you. And then again, getting the right guidance to know what you can afford and manage. One of the big things, there's some property tax issues that go along with fire. And so you want to make sure that you're talking to experts who can help you know what to do with the property being damaged, because you can get your property taxes lowered if you are going to sell. So say you decide, I can't handle this. I'm not up emotionally, financially to do this, and you sell. You can move your property tax basis to your new property. In California, because of Prop 13, our property taxes, we want to keep them as low as possible. The older you own something, likely the better your basis. But in order to move your basis from one property to another because of a wildfire, which there is actually, Prop 19 allows you to do that, you have to do it within 2 years. So if you're going to make this decision, you have to make it early and decide what you're going to do. If you're going to walk away, if it really is just, I can't handle this, understanding that a walk away might actually expose you to significant liability, not something you should do lightly. There's potential title, tax, and environmental liabilities. So even if your plan is to not move forward and walk away, getting guidance is going to be very, very important. There are several things that the government has done to try and help the victims of the current wildfires. Again, CEQA and the Coastal Act have waivers that have been put in place so that we're not having to get those approvals to rebuild if we rebuild within a certain footprint. And managing utilities is a huge issue. One of the things that's going to be very problematic for Pacific Palisades is a rebuilding of all of the infrastructure in the Palisades. So they want to, one of the issues with Palisades, if you saw the pictures, all the energy lines were above ground, right? And so falling and exacerbating the fire. Having underground utilities, electrical, is significantly safer from a fire standpoint. And the reality is there's going to be another fire. We're in a situation where we're not solving the fire problem. It is going to be there. So rebuilding Palisades with the utilities underground is going to be much safer than having them above ground. It's also going to be much more expensive, right? So understanding the time and the cost, that's going to affect all of your rebuilding. So know that utility coordination, especially in the Palisades, is going to be a major issue. In Malibu in particular, there is a waiver as far as some of the information and things you can do to rebuild. If you're looking to rebuild and you apply before June 30th of 2026, there are some benefits. This law actually started because of the Woolsey fire. So I do expect that this will get extended as well, but just know right now you have until June of 26 to get some of those benefits. So there are positives and benefits that are in place for victims, but you got to do them timely. This is not something to be an ostrich and just try to avoid. We have to make decisions, hard ones, within a year or two, right? So not immediately, but within a very short, in a long-term scale amount of time.